I smell like the cat. That's why I caught the baby Stephen with my cat nose. I knew how to do it, and now I'm going to play with him. I'm going to toss him around for a bit. Well, you know what I mean, metaphorically. He's in there, asleep, in his new home. I fiddled around a bit yesterday, once he was in there, because I was scared he'd get squashed down that little gap space. So, and the dog was trying to get it, and I didn't want it to jump out. So I didn't fiddle around too much with what was inside that other shoebox. But I set it up for a mouse previously. There's all sorts in there. There's a bowl to sleep in with some tissue and a toilet tube. And I was worried about putting the bath salts thing in there. And my dead granddad, was like, "It's a bloody mouse. They live in houses. There's stuff all over the place." So I thought, I suppose you're right, actually. Why was I worried about a toilet tube? Well, because they can chew them. And haven't they got something? I had a hamster years ago that died eating a toilet tube. I think. I can't remember. There's something in the glue, I think. But baby Stephen's just, you know what? He's one of those mice. He's one of those. I need a smaller tube. He's so small. He's so the smallest, cutest mouse I've ever seen. I know they start small, but I like to, I like him being an acorn mouse because he's the size of an acorn, but a bit bigger. But his size of a big acorn. He's so cute. I didn't catch another mouse at the bottle. I hope it's dead next door. They put bait down. He snuck through and he's been tracking him with a radar pin. Well, I hate that too. They were supposed to breed, weren't they? I hope so. You know if he'll come back there. It happens in this house. You know that. Maybe this one took some bait before he got here and it's going to die in the box. Well, that's part of the waiting and seeing. What else happened yesterday? Well, I just been out in the garden to check for damage, CD, and guess what? I forgot to cover up the borage last night, but guess what? It didn't get chewed by the slugs, so that's good. That's one brave thing I've done. So I don't have to worry about that so much now. And they didn't seem to take the pak choi either, which is also, a stroke of fortune. They should be crammed in a bucket. Well, maybe the next lot will be. I fancy doing some regular planting with those, just for show, really. Because normally I just do different things, don't I? So I just, you know what? That's what I did. I get some more, shove it in a bucket, crab it in. It likes to be squashed together. Well, you know what? We don't always get what we want, do we? So. And I've just uncovered these. I did cover them up last night. And let's look at Armstrong, the first one to come out of the ground. Look, so somebody come and probably snap his head off. You can see this little silver thing around it. But that's just come out by itself, was planted in the ground. It's probably come up as quick as the one in the pot, and it was planted later. They like to go straight in the ground. That's the only one that's come up there so far. But that was pretty fun. I found a load of things in a pot around the corner that I thought were good, so I moved them all over the garden and realised afterwards it's more borage. But I don't really mind. I can just put it up later on or do something with it. Chop it up and they've got similar leaf when they come through. Show you. I can't show you. Well, here's one, I suppose, at the moment. That one's a bit further forward, so but they look quite gaudy, don't they? At that stage. Or pumpkin-y or whatever. Cucumbers, all that lot. Melons. Melons are a bit shinier, aren't they? I think finer leaves and the slugs like them. I nearly bought some the other day. And actually like a plug one. But I didn't. I still could, I suppose, but I always put it. It just seems an awful chore to grow a melon. They're quite water, aren't they? That's it though. I just wanted to show you that I managed with the garden to one brave night of not covering them up. They need to be a bit tougher, I suppose, like myself. Let's walk down this patch and see. I put it there because I can water it over the gate. Partly. I can just reach over. Well, anyone else could as well, but you know what? Please don't, because it would be sad. I want to see if it fruits in the conditions that I've put it in, because I've not really followed the instructions. I shoved it in a bucket with some pondweed, actually, because I pulled a load of pondweed out the other day, didn't I? And I put some in the bottom of the bucket. And some, I don't know, just laid it up. I was just thinking, because ghouls are quite hungry usually, aren't they? Pumpkins and things. That's why I usually try and grow them around the compost. But I know there's ways of doing it. And you're supposed to do it a different way, otherwise it's too much. But you know what? I don't care. I have known people with polio. Yeah, I used to work in when I worked at the nursing home. There was one of the women there had polio when she was a child. Off the top of my head. What a strange thing to suddenly say. Well, they came up the other day. I don't know what you're doing, great deal. But you know what? That's fine. And oh yeah, I put some pansies in the ground yesterday. I moved these, I told you, didn't I? I don't know what they are. Maybe it's that wild carrot, or maybe it's fennel. Tell me, it's neither of those. This I moved, which I'm from near the pond. It broke off. God knows what it is. I thought it was that Himalayan balsam that seems to be everywhere at the moment. I don't know if it is that though. Is it wild marjoram? But then it might be a pansy that I've thrown down, or it might be what's that other stuff I was chucking everywhere last year? Not boyish, the other stuff. Bergamot or something. God knows what it is. So I've just shoved it in there to see what it does. And I crammed some pansies in there, crammed some pansies in that thing. They just like to be chucked and bullied as well, don't they? Out of the pot in the cold frame that I've planted before. It just had an interesting leaf and it was growing in a strange place, so I moved it over there. I don't really know what it is. It probably is that. I'm leaving some here because I've chucked all sorts of seeds down, and I just have to wait and see. Around a pond, it doesn't matter, does it? You want all sort of, you know, things to grow. And this old penny whistle stuff, I noticed I was poking around here the other day, and this one's gone really purple. Well, it's sort of a different colour. It's really pretty. These little fairy flowers. Creeping, what do you call it? Creeping Margaret. It's the ice penny spies, I call it. And those little what do you call them? Creeping penny. They're normally that colour everywhere, but these ones are, look at these ones. These ones are a different colour. That's just a wild thing, it grows in walls normally. I dragged some home before, but and tried to get it to grow in a wall. It didn't, it just grows it wherever it wants. But I kind of like it crawling around there. I should say it was his patch. Well, it was his patch. It was like, oh my god, that was such. It was one of those kind of almost an epic. You know, we call them epic. We used to call them epic dreams. Oh my god, I just had really epic. Not like, you know what, it was amazing. It's just like an epic story. I can't remember how it started. There was a guest house. I was staying in a guest house at one point. I'd lost something there. And this guy tried to give me this mangiest old pock-ridden dog, a puppy, tiny one, with all this like bubonic pustules on it. It's like I didn't need it. And that was early in the dream. I can't remember what we were doing. I think that was with Bevan. We were staying in a guest house together as some sort of job. But he kept going off to do things. And then blah blah, I can't really remember. And there was this, we walked through this big hall which was in my old school, the upstairs halls bit in Herts and Essex, sort of, and up this back stairs, which is a dream I used to have when I was a child about walking, getting lost in this house, but it was a slightly different, expanded version of it. We were walking up this corridor and I knocked all these sunglasses off a shelf. And I think the idea was that I put them in my bag, but I didn't. I put them back on the shelf and just kept my sunglasses. There's a lot of sunglasses in this dream. And then we'd gone to this, he was showing me this bar bit, and he goes, oh God, I think he shot himself. And and the till was open and all the money was smoking, which was the smoke from the gun, and it was sort of splattered, and he was going, right, nobody look, he shot himself. So he kind of cleared the bar, well, sort of, and I just ended up wandering off. I probably had to get home and cook dinner or something, and ended up with these 2 children trailing along with me. And then I couldn't be bothered to walk back about 4 miles to this bar to dump the kids back with their parents, so I just stopped off at the school and grabbed the old deputy head, who just got on her way back from a training course or something with all these other teachers, said, oh, blah blah, you're going to have to take these children, I've lost my phone, I can't ring their parents. And then I woke up. It was all just a dream. It's pretty cool, really. So there, I've got no fruit for breakfast, which is annoying, so I've had to boil a lemon to make my porridge. So I have got fruit, so I'm making lemon water in a moment, and then I'm going to make some porridge with that, or you mash it up. I just fancy fruit. I'm trying to not go to the bank, and then I found some jam as well, so I could put a spoonful of jam in it. Well, that's the first thing you do, isn't it? If you're working in a bar, you have to move the till. If it's been left open, you don't ever leave the till open in a bar. Well, not if your back's not on it or whatever. Well, you know what I mean, don't you? So he had to do that. That's the first thing he did, was move the till. And then it was like it was an organised place. It was right. And the amber glasses, he tried himself over some amber glass shades. The shades glass over a big thing, because I used to like amber shades rather than rose tinted ones when I was younger. And those FC UK ones, I always say that I lost, were my best sunglasses ever, were like a sort of an amber glow. I don't really know the relevance of that though, but it's like a wacky dream. Wacky. Right, I'm going to go.